Hello there. Welcome to Harley on the Headlines. I am Harley Carnes, and we are very glad you have joined us. I want you to take a moment as we get started, please, and hit like, follow, subscribe. Help spread the word. The White House is getting a new ballroom for some of the grand festivities that are held there. Still, it is a bit disquieting to see machinery tearing away at the exterior of the East Wing. Guess we thought Trump would wave some kind of wand, right? It'll be impressive, no doubt. And since unlike many presidents around the world, and certainly real kings and queens, there is no castle, and the people's house needs to get an expansion. If you were wondering, and I figure maybe you were, the White House had a comprehensive reconstruction in the Truman administration. The White House Situation Room had a major renovation, $50 million plus, just 2 years ago in the Biden administration. So construction at the White House, not all that unusual. Now this is interesting. The James Comey lying to Congress case, probably only the first case that might bedevil the former FBI director. His lawyers are proposing 2 reasons for the court to throw out the case. Not that the charges are untrue, that A, it's a political case brought because President Trump doesn't like him. Well, that's certainly true, and it's a two-way street. Comey has called Trump unethical, who acts like a mafia boss. Trump says Comey's a liar and a slimeball. And B, Comey's lawyers find fault with the U.S. attorney named to the case. In fact, Trump did name Lindsey Halligan to prosecute it. He's never been a prosecutor, but has been one of Trump's personal lawyers. Comey's lawyers may have a point. The argument over whether the president or any president has the power to take command of state National Guard troops, Oregon, at the point of the pen at the moment, is halfway to settled. The Ninth Federal Appeals Court, which, by the way, is considered the most liberal in the country, says he can. But for the time being, they cannot be deployed, those troops, until a different order from the lower court is heard. State of Oregon lawyers are playing for more time, though they probably are wasting it because the appeals court's already said they'll probably lose and the president will get his way on this. In other words, the president will be able to send troops into cities, if necessary, if they are blighted by crime and so forth. Hey, you go, Japan. Cool beans. The new leader of the country is a woman. She's a very conservative political woman, but she is a woman in a country where not so long ago women were seen as sweet, obedient flowers of Asia who walked behind their men and for sure did not tell them when to jump. This is not a battle of the sexes, by the way. It's men largely who made it happen. Sanae Takaichi is very popular. She is the leader of the dominant Liberal Democratic Party, which in American terms would mean conservative Republican, since in most of the world, politically liberal doesn't mean the same thing that it means in the U.S. It means maximum liberty and rights for the individual and a smaller government, lower taxes, and free markets. A liberal government there is one that does not rest heavily on the shoulders of the people. The opposite of what liberal means in America. It can be a little confusing. Anyway, the new Prime Minister, Takaichi, of Japan, will be a close ally of the U.S. and is likely to be around for some time. A new medical study proves what many already knew. If you want to make a peanut allergy go away, feed your kid peanuts when they're young. You could start with a tiny sliver or two and build up over time. The study of 60,000 kids who did that says that's how they beat the allergy. The study focused on feeding the peanuts to them when they were babies, when they were, toddlers and earlier. And it worked. We humans love to play God, don't we? Trying to create life in the lab. We've done it a variety of ways, though usually it's not what is called viable, but sometimes. This time around, it's in Oregon at Health and Science University. Scientists took a skin cell, the nucleus of it. It was inserted into a woman's egg that was only a shell. its own genetic material removed, and then the concoction was fertilized with a man's sperm. They basically reconstructed a fertilized cell. A human embryo started and lived for several days. Now, this is not new, by the way. They've been cloning animals like this for years, but it is new to try to clone a human this way. The secret is in the egg. Even if its genetic identities have been removed, the egg is what coaxes the skin cell to begin dividing just as soon as the sperm gets into the mix. You want new life? You still got to have the man and the woman, even in a laboratory. In this case, they were working with 3 parents. One woman donated a stripped egg. Another woman donated a skin cell. The man donated the sperm. But still a long way to go before God gets nervous. I want to thank you for being here, and that ought to do it for Harley on the Headlines. Hope you get something good from these quick visits, and I sure hope you'll spread the word and come back every day for a few minutes. Hit like, subscribe, follow, and thanks again. I'm Harley Carnes, so let's plan to do this again tomorrow.